How hunter for do? Welcome to Untold Stories. I'm H.T. Hill, your host, and I'm here to share with you the undocumented story of the hidden gem of the Brunswick Islands of North Carolina, Coxs Landing. Come with. So, I'm going to introduce you to some of the family. We're going to meet some people. So speaking of Coxs Landing, Coxs Landing has a guy that everyone calls the mayor of Coxs Landing. He's the one that everything points back to. He's the one that did the work to preserve the land and continues to do the work to keep the land functioning the way that he envisioned. Mr. Anthony Coxs. I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of days ago on his land, and he told the story that many have never heard before of how Coxs Landing got started. Even some of the relatives did not hear this story before. So it was a pleasure to be the first one to document this on film.
Hello.
His family was so welcoming to me. The family of the only black-owned horse ranch on the waterfront in North Carolina.
Nice to meet you.
Keep following me. I'm going to introduce you to the man behind it all, Mr. Anthony Coxs, whom we call the mayor of Coxs Landing.
So you want to know where you started from, Coxs Landing. Everybody talk about Coxs Landing. So I was sitting in the door. We had a window up, and I was sitting in the door. And I see people out there dancing, going on, dancing on the floor, shooting pool. And I see myself, I prayed to the Lord. I said, I just want something like that to enjoy yourself, right? So the Lord done, he did, he blessed me. Made me, I came up here, I told my two sons, we're gonna come up here, but we had a ride down there. The first ride we ever had a trail ride. So I had people coming, man, all kinds of people coming down there, had a nice time, So anyway, I told let's come up here, clean up the place. I said, I want a ride club. Oh, Daddy, you told me a ride, you already say,
Yes, sir.
I said, the Lord, I don't talk to the good master. I said, whatever you tell you I want, just call for it, he helped me get it. So we have to start cleaning up the place and everything, so that would be done. And we had a big ride up there, trail ride. Made the whole place back there, full of host and everything. And I told him I always wanted a place called Coxs Landing Ride Club. That's what I always wanted. Cheer and all them. Now they took me. I told them I'm 83 years old. So I said, you all got to keep going now, cause my time is getting short now.
Wait a minute, what age you say?
83.
83, y'all. Make sure you get a good close-up. Yeah.
83, yeah. The Lord been good to me. Yeah.
Don't look a day close to it.
Yeah.
What's the secret?
Well, now, tell me now, my uncle, he been telling me about seafood. That's why I raised up on seafood. Oysters, clam, fish, and all that. But we don't meet out big of the river on that. That's what they say. Now, I don't know what everybody's saying that they want to do the same way, but that's what he does. Raised up on the sea, on the ocean.
After listening to Mr. Cox tell me about the birth of Coxs Landing Riding Club, I got a chance to assist him with creating a bonfire and roasting some oysters. You can learn a lot just from sitting around the elders and engaging in small talk. It is often in moments like this that wisdom is passed down from the elders to the younger generations.
You know what I'm saying? That God told me last night, man, how you look good? You said, why Coxs at? I said, you know what? My uncle told me years ago that you see some good money. So they gonna see the horse, crab, fish, crab, all that. Not a crab. Nobody here.
It was in these moments that I felt more like a son than a visitor.
Biting a hole, knowing that. But not crab, I come $4 a dozen. Man, you can't hardly get a dozen without $40. Give away.
Listen as Mr. Coxs and his son tell me about how they have made their living off of the waters in the Brunswick Islands.
Out there and set crab up, just all the crab you want. I done did it. I come right here and I ate out there with a lot of days right there.
You still do it now?
And I still go in there. Yeah, I'll go get me a list for myself or something like that, but I don't give them myself. That sucker there just go in there and get it. You know where some holes or something that big for living. I don't know what he did. Big for living. There's big for living there.
They probably know that.
Know
that waterway like the back of his hand.
That's what I'm telling you. You know, years ago, guys growing that oyster, right? I was just looking, man, I said, where this come from? He said, Coxs, how you want to tell me where the oyster come from? I said, look, man, I can look at the oyster and tell where it come from. Look, Rick, I come over here, to the point. He said, how in the hell you know all that? I said, man, I read something in the water. Huh?
Yo, these oysters are busting. You know what the younger folks say now? That's what they are. These are so good. I grew up on oysters. They definitely have a different flavor when you set them over an open flame and you let them do the thing. These are incredible. Very grateful to be here.
In case you missed it, here's a fun fact. Mr. Coxs can tell you exactly where an oyster came from, just by looking at it. Listen up as he tells me more about the land and the water around his property.
He's saying that, I know years ago, there's a place in Shadow Point. See, it had heating water.
I heard about that.
So the guy up there at Chapel, he asked me about the heating water. So I asked, can you go down there to the Shadow Point and get some of that heating water and bring up that too? I said, yeah. So I said, I came some, took a shower into it, he said, it felt good. And I said to myself, the same water down there, Shadow Point, it come at there on high water, you know. And I came some of that, he done the same thing, you know. So that's what it does. Salt water, so it'd be either heated or the ocean.
Now you know what, that matches the story that my parents told me. You know, my mother, Selena, told me that her parents used to bring her to the same area, especially when they had impetigo, and they would heal the sores in their legs.
Yeah. There's something to it,
So if somebody was to ask you, like, what is the birthday for Coxs Landing, what would you say? Like, how many years was Coxs Landing?
I'm 83 years old, and he was there when I was born. Not the old place that I had. Now that's Coxs Landing. That's what they call it, old Coxs Landing. Whatever I said, and I wanted to play the code. I wanted to have a Coxs Landing ride to it. That's why I come up here and start up here. We've been up here not going over 15, 19 years. 19 years. Everybody enjoying it though, everybody enjoying it.
But look, there's a space out here that would knock your socks off. Talking about natural beauty, scenery. If you want to come to a space where you just can breathe freely and just release all stress, come and talk to God, this is a good spot. Mr. Anthony mentioned healing in the waters. That's a popular historical fact about this area and its salt content. Come with. And
never seen one like this where it's just a single one just for one person. This is neat. Mr. Anthony probably built this too. He's an incredible builder. This is definitely the perfect spot to come and just meditate and converse with the Creator.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I want to be buried in my grave and march on to the Lord and be free.
Join Mr. Cox along with me and listen to what the word legacy means.
So definitely a large, lasting legacy, and that's pretty much been the theme word for my year.
Right.
My business is HTO Music and Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
And so part of what I love to do, like for the edutainment part,
Okay.
is to tell untold stories, especially
Right.
about
Right.
our story,
Right.
the history of our people.
Right.
Should come from our lips.
Oh, okay.
And it's more authentic that way. And we're in control of the pen. And so today we're in control of the pen. Amen?
Yes. So
Mr. Cox begins to tell me of the Cox's Landing legacy of trail riding. Listen in as he shares with me these gems.
I stop. Everybody, look at that ant. Look at Andy Cox. Look at that. I said, no. I got this pop. Brad said, Dad. I said, what? How people looking at us? I said, that's all right. When you open that tail, get on that horse trailer, you're going to see something. When you open that tail, get on that horse trailer, all the white folk come over there. Man, where y'all from? Where y'all from? Cox the land. But that's what I'm saying. I had to put the stuff. You know, God had them nice horse trailers and dualies. The horses, you like nothing about we had. And we come in the first place, I had to put this animals over there. Yeah. And then Tony Brad, it took the chest out. Yeah.
Mr. Cox, very faithful, very hardworking, earnest man, doesn't look anywhere close to the age that he gave us. He believes that it's due to the seafood. That's what he told me whenever I asked him his big secret, how he looks so young. He described his vision for Cox's Landing as being a place where the community can come together and just enjoy one another, learn and grow. And he puts his blood, sweat, and tears into it, along with his daughter.
Whole other neighborhood, and this is the back side of the yard, and it used to be a dune, and they cut the dune down to get this view. That's what they call it, River Run.
But see what it was during the time that I didn't know, but up here we didn't own this. We up here part of all these many years. And I came home 1962 out in Newport in the shipyard. I came home. My daddy said, Anthony, I said, yeah. We getting ready to sell that place down up on the hill. I said, sell it. That belonged to us. I said, no, we never owned that. Paper company on this. So I went back to Virginia. I was there, I stayed there for 3 years and a half. I went back up there and got into the employment. We had up there, we had a store with place we had to receive, and they had we put our money at it. You know, cause up there, we had a counter up there with that. I went back up there, and I been up there for 2 years. So up there in the shipyard, if you want to borrow money from credit union, you got to get 3 people on your note. working the shipyard. Because if I quit, if you on my note, you gotta pay that money back I borrowed, right? So anyway, I went back up there and told the guy what I needed. He said, okay. I said, well, let me get I had the cousin up there, so let me get them, go on my note. Maybe I can get the money and come back down and buy the fix the property. He said, well, Mr. Coxs, let me check and see then what can you be do for you. So anyway, he went back there and said, Mr. Coxs, you don't need nobody sign no co-sign for you. So you've been up for 2 years and you ain't missed near deal at the shipyard. So you need nobody co-sign for you. So I got the money, $2,000. I came back the next week down here and get to my daddy to buy this down to the 8/10 of an acre. So I could have got the whole thing. But then, I mean, all that back in there, you only wasn't no house in there then, but they did. But I didn't know that. See? So when I come back for that, I put in my daddy name and my uncle name. Okay, so then when my daddy passed, my mom went up there and put it in my name. Okay, so then I came to put in my daughter's name, Tammy's name, her husband's name. 1962, everything's in Sapu, but no complex when they started then.
Oh, okay.
And they had everything down there, the courthouse down there in Sapu. But they lost a lot of paperwork and everything. That's why they couldn't find the receipts for everything. But everybody knows that what I done, how we got there. But a lot of people don't want to tell the truth about the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I never knew the whole story behind it because, like I said, I always was growing up that I thought this was all in the Coxs. I didn't know that it was separated. So my dad was explaining to me. So my dad was like, "No, this is not part of Coxs." So there, when you look up that way, where the fence is, this.
But that from the fence on back, that belongs to the Coxs. That's the Coxs state.
And this is a separate. This is a separate
thing.
Separate property, which is like I said, .88. So what happened was, like I said, whenever he bought the property, he put it in his dad's name, which was Louis Coxs, his mother name Evelina Coxs, and his uncle was Sunboy Coxs, Alvin Coxs, which we call him Uncle Sunboy. So it's those three names that was on the original deed. So whenever his grandfather passed, his dad passed first, which is my grandfather, Louis Coxs. So then they left his mother on the deed, which was Evelina Coxs, and Uncle Sunboy, which was Alvin Coxs, on the deed. So then my dad gave me, his mom signed it back and put his name on it. So my dad gave his part to me. So that's why it comes in my name. And then the story stuff that you told me and stuff about the property and stuff, that's when I had to step in and do what I need to do and make sure that the legacy stays in the Coxs estate. So it's not about selling or anything like that. It's just needed everybody to even recognize of how the Coxs actually was able to obtain the land. And it's only, like I said, this is .88, and when you go from the new land there on back, it's 28 acres. And they wouldn't have able to get that part if it wasn't for my father by going and doing what he needed to do to obtain that property.
Property lines are no new thing. It is a known part of history that land is very valuable. And over time, people have had to fight for their land. And even the fight for land has caused great wars. It takes a lot to keep up a legacy. I admire the Coxs and all of their hard work that they put in to keep their legacy alive.
My dad and mama, she was half Indian. She had white folk family, right? That's why that put us up top.
Life often feels a little simpler in places like this. Even the way the wind feels is different down here. There's no question that these grounds are sacred. As Mr. Anthony mentioned, his prayers were answered. And he was given a place that he could name. And the name that came to him was Cox's Landing.
I paid it off. I paid it. Paid the big and everything, the lawyer and everything. But what happened was they took that and put everything together. And they told them that if they asked me, had not been for you, that I want to put in your name. I said, no, Lord, it was the Coxs Estate. That's what we're doing. That's what he said today, the Coxs Estate. But the young folks don't know anything about that. The Coxs never owned that. The old folks gone. I want to let them know that some of them know, some of the old folks didn't know, but they don't want to tell the truth about it. They don't want to air property. It's not no air property. But for me, we never would have had it. But you got it. Now, I told them that we're going to put in the Coxs Estate. That's how it is today, you know. Well, everything will be changing. Right. Did the people get the holler? Watch. Okay, done the time.
Mr. Coxs takes the time to tell us the story of how he experienced some racism while going to go participate in the trail ride. He won that same trail ride. He does not know that he's also in first place again to receive our annual Legacy Award.
I said, what? The people like that, that's a story. But if I knew where I go anywhere else, I got a whole bunch of stuff and put them on kind of worked out. But I did. So anyway, the white guy come there. Said, Mr. Coxs, see where y'all over there? So we go to the right. She said, you know him? I said, Mr. Coxs, you got to put it on some public car. So he come out, I'm here for it. That's what y'all people do, you know. Yeah, that's why we come up, yeah, sure did.
Well, your first place.
Yeah.
And your first place today, too.
Yeah.
We got a surprise for you. I got something I'd like to present to you.
Okay.
Because, like we said earlier, Cox's Landing is a legacy.
Right.
And it's a continuing legacy.
Okay.
A lot of people did not know that Cox's Landing was here.
Okay.
I'm one of those people now. Born and raised in the Brunswick Islands.
Oh, yeah.
I found out about Cox's Landing about 2 years ago.
Okay.
The word of the year for me has been legacy. Now I know this says 2023.
Right. Okay.
But it counts for this year too.
Okay.
I'd like to officially present this award to you. And it says Legacy Award. This certificate is proudly presented to Anthony D. Coxs. Thank you for creating a safe space to gather for many occasions and for sustaining a powerful legacy that has had a positive impact on our community for many years. So thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. In closing, I'd like to share with you a personal story about legacy property, heirs property, and my own family. Well, I was told the story about one of my grandfathers who fought what is called eminent domain. And in case you don't know, eminent domain is when a governing body or governing agency uses their right to take private property for public use with compensation. Because it's usually very little. So the details of how my grandfather fought this, I'm unaware of, and I'm still digging. But the fact that he fought and won is incredible all in itself, because it's unheard of. Nowadays, eminent domain is still a thing that still happens. And it causes a lot of people to lose their property, even if it's been in their family for years and years. Legacy is one of my favorite words. Legacy is very important to me. And I'm also building myself a legacy for my children as well. Because we want to leave something that they can stand on. And it's not always land. Sometimes it's values. Sometimes it's customs.
its culture. We need to leave a footprint that reminds the next generation who they are. Thank you for listening. This is Untold Stories.
Thank you for watching Untold Stories, brought to you by Young Soul Media and HT Hill Music and Edutainment, LLC. Stay tuned.